Buenos dias. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night, Australia. And for sure, I am also so happy to meet you all again. Good morning, Texas. Love, love, love it you all. Buongiorno a tutti. So, dear hearts, thank you so much for your presence here in this sacred time, in this sacred service. So, feeling aware of our now, our present moment, let us start it in God's way. Welcome to the 7 Sacred Weeks Vlog 20. In today's service, we are going to do the alignment with our I Am Presence. Then we are going direct to do harmony decrease and harmony outpouring on the planet. And then in the end, we are going to have our theoretical part, and we are going to explore the particularities of our etheric body. So we are going to do the service first, because last week we couldn't do it. And so, and in the end, we are going to have the theoretic part. And to start it, as always, let's feel our beloved mighty and presence within our hearts. Remember, in your heart, you have the gate to your spiritual source, the presence in your electronic body. Just feel this presence within your heart. And ask this presence to think through you, to talk through you, to feel through you, and to move through your body. Give thanks to your presence and just say, I love you. Great presence of life, I love you. That is enough. And then let us do together the opening blessing. Beloved mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond. For I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Now, dear hearts, let us move our attention to our Christmas star above our houses, and just feel the expansion of the light of that star, and visualize and feel millions of light rays descending from that star to bless all the area where you live. And just visualizing your city, your country being enlightened in this moment. Visualizing your area being charged with the ascended master, consciousness, wisdom, happiness, tolerance, harmony, and perfection. And now let us also join our Christmas star with the Christmas star above the Royal Teton Retreat. And just feel that we are connected there. And visualize the expansion of the light of that huge star above the Rocky Mountains. Feel the pulsation of the light there and the presence of the Ascended Masters, the Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat. They support us during our service. Let us also feel our force field, the sphere of light made by the love, wisdom, and power of the presence of God within our hearts. And may the Ascended Masters protect us, protect our atmosphere, protect this force field during our service, and may they pour their light and blessings through this force field to the planet. And I know it's done and it's sustained. And beloved mighty young presence, please also protect our internet connection. And I know it's done. Now let us take the water and do the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I Am Presence, Saint Germain, Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, Lords of the Elements and Powers of Light, please charge this mineral water with whatever substances and virtues we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the Ascended Masters in our physical bodies when we drink this water at the end of our decrease. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And so let's put the water to be charged during the service. And just relax your body, relax your shoulders, relax your neck area, and also the muscles of your face. And just feel happy to be alive, to have this opportunity in raising our consciousness right here and now in this human octave. And in this happiness, focus your attention on your mighty I Am Presence, which lies straight above you in line with your head in your electronic body. Pour forth your deepest love and gratitude to your presence and say, my beloved I Am Presence, I send you my deepest love and gratitude. Be within me and let me be in you forever. And now, let us now align our four lower bodies with our source of light, our beloved mighty and presence in our electronic body. Visualize descending from your beloved I Am presence, a ray of golden liquid light entering through the top of your head, flowing down into your heart, filling and expanding it to form a golden sphere of light. Feel the expansion of this light in your heart and the illumination of your breathed air. Now, imagine your heart pumping this light up through the same inner channel into your brain. Visualize this golden liquid flooding all the cells of your brain until your brain structure expands and expands, forming another golden sphere of light. Feel the expansion of this light in your brain and the illumination of your head. And when your heart and brain are completely purified and filled with this light, unite the two golden spheres in one activity of love, wisdom, and power, so that the heart and brain become only one, a sun of dazzling light. Now feel this sun presence expanding, expanding, and expanding until it envelops your entire body. Visualize your body made of pure light substance in the center of the sun, blazing millions and millions and millions of light rays into all directions. Then repeat with me, I am ready, and feel, I am ready, I am ready. Now visualize, starting from your heart, a golden ray of pure divine love ascending through the same inner channel, reaching the heart of your beloved higher mental body, your Christ self, your true individualized being. Flooding your higher mental body with your deepest love and gratitude, filling and enveloping it until another radiant sun forms, similar to the lower sun, and in fact, the source of the light in this physical octave. Now repeat, my beloved higher mental body, I bow before you in perfect obedience and adoration. Show me the way to the Father. Let me see the Father face to face. And this true being that you are sees that your outer activity is ready and just open the gate to the spiritual level of your being. So visualizing another golden ray of pure divine love expanding from your heart, ascending through the same inner channel, transcending now your higher mental body and reaching the heart of your beloved I Am presence. Feel your love flooding your I Am presence. Until another radiant sun thoughts, then repeat, my beloved I Am presence, descend your light into my human heart, and let me be your master presence on earth. I am ready. I am willing. In this moment of absolute surrender, the lower sun that you are in this human octave, completely purified, begins to rise and is absorbed into the heart of the intermediate sun. And you experience the resurrection. The human becomes divine. And this intermediate sun becomes even more radiant and also rises, being absorbed into the heart of the upper sun, your electronic body. And in this perfect marriage of the three suns, a great explosion of light occurs. And for a moment you lose notion of time and space, and you are one with the heart of creation. What was three becomes just one. In that heart, and from that heart just surges your own ascended master presence. Feel this ascended master presence that you really are. Feel this complete unity with your source of life, light, and love. Visualizing your body made of pure light substance. Visualize your garments made of light substance. Feel the scepter of power in your hands. That means the mastery over energy, vibration, substance in all the planes or levels of your being. In this moment you wear the crown of victory, and you are aware of your divinity. Then visualize from the hands, heart, and third eye of the ascended presence that you are, rays of love emanating towards the earth, bathe in the planet, its atmosphere and our life within, with the pure divine love of your ascended heart. Just let your love flow freely to bless and bless and bless. Visualize your love blessing all the nations of the world. Visualize your love flooding and blessing the oceans, seas, rivers, forests, trees, mountains, all the elements, here, there, and everywhere. The minerals, vegetables, the animals, and all mankind. Visualize your love flooding and enlighten the atmosphere of this planet. And feel the raising power of your true being, blessing earth and our life within it. And then, when you feel the planet saturated with these blessings, slowly descend back into your physical body, but now in perfect alignment and unity with your source of light, your I am presence, and hold this feeling, hold this vision. And to finish, just visualize again your electronic circle of protection. Feel the violet flame blazing through and around you. Visualize the tube of light, of white light, so sparkling, closing you. Seal this tube of light with the blue lightning of cosmic Christ purity. Fill your ownness with your I am presence in the electronic body. Visualize the presence flooding and illuminating your holy world with its rays of light. And feel that you are in control by the wisdom of the presence within your heart over all the powers and powers within your causal body. And I call, beloved mighty and presence, keep us within this almighty protection, so we may live in this world, but never more be touched by human creation. We are so grateful, and I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, to start our harmony selves and the grace, I would like that you just contemplate for a few seconds the presence of God Harmony, beloved Saint Germain and the Mahachohan. And just send them your love, because your love creates the connection where they can draw you to their presence. We are going to visit again by the power of our mind the temple of comfort, which is in the Sri Lanka, India. So just move your attention to that sacred place. This temple is located underground beneath a tea plantation, which abuts this Indian Ocean in Sri Lanka. Just feel the presence of the two guardian angels beautiful friends materializing at your side. They take you by the hands and transport you in your finest bodies to the entrance of this sacred place. When we arrive there, Saint Germain and our beloved Mahachohan are already waiting for us. They greet us in silence and we feel great inner joy. They lead us into a beautiful room where we will anchor the flame of harmony. Our beloved Mahachohan decorated this room for us in pink, gold, white, and green. They show us our seats, and soon as we are perfectly seated, Saint Germain and our beloved Mahachohan go to their seats in front of us too. The Mahachohan makes a sign, and at the same time, masters, angels, and devas appear and form a circle of great light around us. They prepare the atmosphere of this room for the materialization of God harmony. Between us and our hosts in the center of this circle, a large oval of light descends in pink, golden, and white, and little by little, the figure of God harmony itself materializes. We see a being with the features of a boy of about 18 years old, with a perfect body, about 1.9 meters tall, wearing a white tunic with embroidery in pink and gold. The tunic goes down up to his knees, and he wears elegant white pants. A belt of pink and blue diamonds adorn his tunic at the waist. His hair is light brown. He has sky blue eyes and a golden pink skin. Simply the expression of God's own beauty. At the invitation of Mahachohan, he sits in the center between our beloved host and Saint Germain. In this moment, the Mahachohan gets up and addresses his word to us. He says, Dearly beloved children of the one eternal God, seeking again your way back home. Where is that home? It is really just a state of continual, uninterrupted harmony in which we abide. Home is where the feelings, the thoughts, the memories, the spoken words and actions are in complete harmony with the music of the spheres at all times, with the Godhead and with one's fellow man. To maintain this state of uninterrupted harmony with one's four lower bodies, that means physical, etheric, mental, emotional ones, is the choice of one's free will. We who have gained the glory and the victory of the ascension know the peace which is experienced by those who dwell within the absolute harmony of being. At your call, we direct our energies to you as well as our spoken word when given opportunity to do so, and it is always available to you for your acceptance and use all the radiation of the full gathered momentos of perfection which are within our causal bodies. Now, if you were to use your free will to direct and hold your attention often enough and long enough upon us, daily, thus drawing forth into your world here the perfection which exists in our realm, you would find that there is absolutely nothing else important enough to allow it to change the vibratory action of your consciousness by allowing discord to register there. So, you have a very simple key to the attainment of your ascension. That ascension is not accomplished in a moment but over the course of many lives through the bringing of your thoughts, feelings, memories, gestures, spoken words, and every activity of the outer self into a state of sustained harmony. Thank you, beloved Mahashohan. At this moment, the Mahashohan sits down, and beloved Saint Germain gets up and speaks to us. He says, my beloved ones, harmony is a virtue that must be cultivated by all those who wish to rise completely from all human limitations. Without cultivating this virtue and sustaining it for a long time, it's not possible to calm the external activity to such an extent that the I am presence can descend to the flame of the heart and establish there a strong and intelligent center that governs your entire external activity, adjusting all the conditions in your body and world in the perfection that you long for. Today we are privileged to receive the luminous presence of God harmony. Humanity is in dire need of harmony right now, and we take advantage of your work to anchor a little more of this virtue not only in you, but in the human consciousness in such a way that the human being can, if he wishes, connect in this momentum of harmony that we will create today and there quench his thirst whenever he wishes. I give the floor to the God Harmony who will start this work. In this moment, God Harmony gets up with his wonderful, shining presence and says, it's a great pleasure to descend again into this sphere and contact the blessed people who wish to anchor my own life substance of harmony. Harmony is something that everyone desires, that everyone needs, but that very few really make a conscious effort to cultivate and definitely anchor it in their hearts and worlds. Today I am pleased to meet a handful of people desire in harmony, and it is an even greater pleasure to pour my flame on you and through you for this entire planet. I want you to close your eyes or leave them half open, and for a few moments simply absorb the flame from my heart. Just visualize that you are connected to the heart of God harmony, and you draw His harmony into your heart. And while you absorb it, repeat with me that will follow. Direct your attention again to the I Am presence in your hearts. The flame within your hearts contains all the treasures and virtues you desire, for there is the abode of God in your physical bodies. Take a deep breath and inhale my harmony, that you bring out the very virtue of the harmony that already exists in your hearts. So let's take this deep breath and feel this harmony being anchored right now in the flame of our hearts. And beloved God, the harmony says, repeat with me, I am absorbing the harmony of God, the harmony in my own heart's flame. My beloved, I am absorbing the harmony of God, the harmony in my own heart's flame by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am absorbing the harmony of God, harmony in my own heart's flame by beloved God's harmony's power and light. I am absorbing the harmony of God, harmony in my own heart's flame. I am harmony, and in this harmony I forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am the power and intelligence charged in this harmony in, through, and around my physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies. My beloved, I am. I am the power and intelligence charged in this harmony in, through, and around my physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am the power and intelligence charged in this harmony in, through, and around my physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies by beloved God's harmony's power and light. I am the power and intelligence charged in this harmony in, through, and around my physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies. I am harmony, and in this harmony I forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am the sustainable power of this harmony from now on, my beloved I am. I am the sustainable power of this harmony from now on, by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am the sustainable power of this harmony from now on, by beloved God's harmony's power and light. I am the sustainable power of this harmony from now on. I am harmony, and in this harmony I forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing all elemental and animal life. So just to visualize this flame blessing the elementals and animals here, there, and everywhere. My beloved I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing all elemental and animal life by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing all elemental and animal life by beloved God's harmony, power, and light. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing all elemental and animal life. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing mankind and earth. My beloved I am. Visualize. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing mankind and earth by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing mankind and earth by beloved God's harmony's power and light. I am the flame of harmony, flowing and blessing mankind and earth. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around all leaders of nations, prominent and people who lead humans' activities here, there, and everywhere. Let us visualize. My beloved I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our leaders of nations, prominents, and people who lead human activities here, there, and everywhere by the great central sun's cosmic mind. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our leaders of nations, prominents, and people who lead human activities here, there, and everywhere by beloved God's harmony, power, and lighting. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our leaders of nations, prominents, and people who lead humans activities here, there, and everywhere. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our children of light and messengers of God here, there, and everywhere. Just visualize it. My beloved I am. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our children of light and messengers of God here, there, and everywhere by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around all children of light and messengers of God here, there, and everywhere by beloved God's harmony, power, and lighting. I am perfect and sustained harmony in, through, and around our children of light and messengers of God here, there, and everywhere. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am perfect and sustained harmony now, anchored in the center of the planet. So visualize the harmony flame descending, pink, white, blue, and gold, and green into the center of this planet. My beloved, I am perfect and sustained harmony, now anchored in the center of the planet by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am perfect and sustained harmony, now anchored in the center of the planet by beloved God's harmony, power, and light. I am perfect and sustained harmony, now anchored in the center of the planet. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am perfect and sustained harmony, anchored in all life and its manifestations on earth. My beloved, I am perfect and sustained harmony, anchored in all life and its manifestations on earth by the great central sun's cosmic might. I am perfect and sustained harmony, anchored in all life and its manifestations on earth by beloved God's harmony, power, and light. I am perfect and sustained harmony, anchored in all life and its manifestations on earth. I am harmony, and in this harmony we forever delight. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And in this moment, God harmony raises his voice and says, children of light, stay a little in silence and feel this harmony being anchored in you and everyone and everything on this planet. Nothing is more delightful than resting in the arms of God harmony. Accept my harmony. Feel that harmony from this moment on as an active truth in your own beings and worlds. At this moment, he walks among us and touches our hearts and foreheads, activating and charging his flame of harmony as a permanent blessing for us. Just feel his hand in your heart and on your forehead, charging this harmony in the heart center and within your brain structure. When he finishes, he says, that is what the world needs today, the completeness of harmony. And it can only come by the full release of light that beats your hearts and flows forth from your bodies, which would compel the harmonious action of all forces moving about you. Will you try to feel with me tonight how you, in obedience to this great power and presence of your life, with my amplification, you can produce, call forth, and hold sustained in action absolute, complete harmony in your feeling world. That means the success of all your heart's desires and your achievement quickly into the eternal victory of life. Do not pass it lightly by. And beloved students, may I plead with you, after this class, after this mighty radiation, don't let the pull of the outer world change you a particle. Go on with the same glory, happiness, and radiance you have here. The world wants it. The world will respect you for your strength to hold steady in the face of difficulties, in the face of inharmony about you. For as you stand unmoved, will I pour forth my harmony through your world of action. And you be amazed at how you will stand and be still and see the power of God, the mighty I am, in its dominion of manifestation. Thank you, beloved God, harmony. Then in silence, he turns to the front of the room and remains standing with a soft smile in his face between Saint Germain and the Maharajan. And we feel such a harmony and peace. He makes a farewell signal to Saint Germain, Maharajan, and then to everyone in the room. And his body is surrounded by the same oval light, and then he slowly disappears. Our beloved Maharajan gets up and in a graceful gesture gives another signal, and all the beings of light that surround us also return to their own homes or etheric retreats. At this moment, Saint Germain gets up and embraces us and says that his heart rejoices greatly with the blessings received by us and all humanity on this day, with our hearts full of gratitude, love, and devotion to God harmony and all these great beings who attended us. We walk alongside Saint Germain and the Maharajan to the entrance door of the Temple of Comfort again. There we see our guardian angels waiting for us. We say goodbye, and the angels take us by the hands again and bring us back to our physical bodies. And we feel great. In this moment, just send your love again to beloved God harmony, to beloved Maharajan and beloved Saint Germain. And let us say together, thank you, beloved Saint Germain, God harmony and Maharajan. We love you so much. Now, just visualize God harmony, luminous presence surrounding the planet, and feel his flame blazing in, through, and around this holy planet. Feel God's harmony charging the planet. with his harmony and balance of light. Visualize the planet and its atmosphere being enlightened. Visualize the harmony of God, harmony being anchored in the heart of every human, angel, elemental that belongs to this evolution. Visualize all nations and people living in peace and perfect harmony. And feel the reality of the victory of this planet and our life within it. Let us send also the harmony of God's harmony to the forces of nature, especially in the areas where we have great disturbance on the natural flow of the light. In places of catastrophe. And may the harmony bring balance to the forces of nature here, there, and everywhere, so we can live in perfect communion with nature, and may it be sustained. And now, let us seal ourselves with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men, let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where human creation dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, let us take our water and finish the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I Am Presence, Saint Germain, Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, Lords of the Elements and Powers of Light, please charge this mineral water with the blessings from the Ascended Masters of the of Light, and put here all the substances you needed to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the Ascended Masters in our physical bodies. Transmute this water into the Elixir of Life. Transmute this water into the Elixir of Life. Transmute this water into the Elixir of Life. We are so thankful by the light of God that never fails. I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's visualize this elixir of life charged with whatever you need, and especially with the fire substance of God's harmony heart. And let's drink it and make it true in our physical bodies. Cheers. Delicious. And now, Just put the attention on your hearts and feel the Christ presence within you. Pour your love to this presence. And now the cosmic beings, ascended masters who have assisted us in our cause. Pour your love upon our life within this planet and earth itself. And may this mantle of love seal everything and everyone, blessing our life on this planet, and may this love alone rule us all today and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved mighty and presence, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light. We sincerely send you our love and gratitude for all the blessings received and for all those yet to come. Take our decrees and multiply them thousands of times more each day and hour. Make them ever increasing in their power until we have the momentum of light necessary to have them visibly manifest in our hands and use for our blessings and the blessings of mankind and our life on earth. What we have called during our session and service for ourselves, we also call for all human beings. Until only love, wisdom, and power of God lift us up in the eternal victory of ascension. We are eternally grateful. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. We feel it is true. We accept it as true. We manifest it. We manifest it. We manifest it right now by the power of 1,000 suns and the light of God that never fails. I command, I demand, and it's done. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So, dear hearts, now we have done the sacred service to the light, calling harmony and pouring forth harmony to the planet. And now we are going to enter in our theoretical part that today we are going to talk about the etheric body. I go to make it as short as I can, but let us see. It's really a very important information here that we need to understand it very well. And to talk about it, I just take a text from the book Man and His Bodies that was wrote by Annie Besant in 918. The first edition I think it was 896, I don't know, but this edition is from 1912, and so it's an olden book. And I think in the first service that we did about the man and his bodies, I put there a link where you can download for free this book if you'd like to read it. It's a great information. It is a philosophical book. And to start it, I just wanted to remember that we started talking about this introduction of the physical body in the first class that we started doing this theoretical part. And in that time, I explained you that the nature has 7 planes of manifestations, and in the lower plane we have the physical plane, and in this plane we have two bodies to manifest or to experience life in this physical plane. One of them is the physical or the dense part that we call physical body, and the another we call the etheric body. And then we talk a little bit about the physical body, the importance that we hold this body in perfect harmony, that we just put in this body healthy food so that this body can have a good constitution and be a perfect instrument for the use of this presence within us in this physical plane. And we talk about also about our nervous system within the physical body. And I think 2 classes we talk about the nervous system, and in the last class, in the last week, we talk about the pineal pituitary gland and their connection with the heart. That is a continuation of the physical body, the dense part of our physical body. And just to remember what we talked last week, we talked that the pituitary gland and the pineal gland today they work separately from each other and also from the heart. And the pituitary gland connect us to the psychic level or astral level or emotional level, and the pineal gland connect us with the mental level. That today for the average student and human being is just the lower level of the mental plane, because as in the physical plane, in the mental plane we also have 2 vehicles of manifestation. We have the lower mental, and we have the higher mental, that is our higher mental body, where we have our true individualized sense of being. So we talked it a little bit last week, and the importance, because in the heart we have the connection with our levels above this higher mental body. That means in the Ascended Master teachings, in the Kosan, in the electronic body, if we are saying the language in the Theosophical teachings, we are going to say the Buddhic and monadic plan or the atomic plan. And so, and that part is the spiritual self, and that is anchored in our heart. And so we finished our talk last week saying that the heart needs to be strengthened, and that what we do in our protocol, and strengthen the heart so that the heart can take command of our brain, especially of these 2 glands, make them work together and enter the impressions of the spiritual part within us that is in the heart flame. And that is the importance that we need to do to have our victory of ascension in a very conscious way, and acquiring also the dominion of light, or say energy, substance, and vibration in this physical plane. And so today I would like to enter, because we talk lots of our physical body, this dense part in the physical plane, and today I would like to continue it talking about the etheric level of the physical plane. And to start, I take some paragraphs of the book, even talking about the physical body, but connected with the etheric, showing what is come in both of these bodies, and then we are going to enter in the etheric body in whole. So, Enibsan talking that under the term physical body must be included the two lower principles of man, the physical and etheric, since they both function on the physical plane, are composed of physical matter, are formed for the period of one physical life, are cast off by the man at death, and disintegrated together in the physical world when he passes on into the astral. Another reason for classing these two principles as our physical body or physical vehicle is that so long as we cannot pass out of the physical world or plane, we are accustomed to call it. We are using one or other or both of these physical vessels. That means that for the average people, they cannot make difference of these two bodies. So sometimes they are referring just to the physical and talk about it as physical. Sometimes they say physical, but wanted to talk about the etheric level, and sometimes about the both. And she continues, they both belong to the physical plane by their materials, because their materials, their matter belongs to the physical plane and cannot pass outside it. Conscious working in them is bound with their physical limitations, is subject to the ordinary laws of space and time. So our most feeling of time and space is when we are in the physical garment. Although partly separate, because we have these two vehicles, they are rarely separated during earthly life, and such separation is inadvisable and is always a sign of disease or of ill-balanced constitution. They are distinguishable by the materials of which they are composed into the gross body and the etheric double. Etheric double is just another name for the etheric body that is used in the theosophic books. The etheric body being the exact duplicate of the visible body, particle for particle, and the medium through which play all the electrical and vital currents on which the activity of the body depends. So that is so important, because our etheric body is just the body that is able to bring the electric impulses from our I am presence or the other levels of our beings in the emotion and mental levels, and above it, that electrical impulses and physical impulses can only reach the physical body and brain through the etheric body. And more than that, through the etheric body, we are feeding our physical bodies with prana, with the vital substance that this body draw from the sun. We are going to see it a little more after. So she continued now, enter really in the etheric body. The etheric double body is composed of these four ethers, which interpenetrate the solid, liquid, and gaseous constituents of the dense body, some round, every particular with an etheric envelope, and thus present a perfect duplicate of the denser body. This etheric body is perfectly visible to the trained sight and is violet gray in color, coarse or fine in its texture, and as dense body as the dense body is coarse or fine. So that is here very important, because I told you we have in each plane of nature seven divisions, so seven subplanes, and actually in each subplane we have also another seven divisions, but we are not going to talk about it. And so in the seven subplanes of the physical plane, the first or the three most dense, that is the solid, liquid, and gases, made our physical body is made of these three levels of matters of the lowest sublevels of the physical plane. And then we have the four ethers that after we are going to make a differentiate on it, but for now we just say that is the ether 1, 2, and 3, and 4 that forms our etheric body. But the seven levels belongs to this physical plane. And the etheric body is just a duplicate of the physical body. And of course, it according to the physical body, if the physical body is more enlightened or made of good materials, if we have a good nourishment of this physical body, the etheric body will be also fine like the physical body. And if we just put all the dense things in our physical body, that means our etheric body will be the same. And she'll continue this, talking about the same thing in this text. After I can put this text also in the group, so you may have it. And but talking about the same subject, that the etheric body really can be raised if we take care of the physical, putting good food, hold our harmony. We raise automatically also our etheric level of manifestation. And here she puts an observation that is so important. I would like to read it. On looking at a man's lower bodies with astral vision, clairvoyance through the pituitary gland, someone that can see in the emotional level, the etheric body and the astral body or emotional body are seen interpenetrating each other, as both interpenetrate the dense physical, and hence some confusion has arisen in the past and in the names of this vehicle. So in the picture that I put here, you see you make a division here so we can realize that, but all the bodies interpenetrate each other. So the etheric, we just see a small light around the physical, but within the physical, there is the etheric portion of it. They interpenetrate one each other. And when you see also the mental, the emotional level, they are interpenetrating each other. We just put divisions so that we may understand it better. And because some people without really knowledge of this subject see these two bodies, that is the etheric and the emotional, very together, interpenetrate one each other. Sometimes they get confusion and say that the etheric is the emotional, and sometimes they say that the emotion is the etheric, and it was really a great confusion in the past. This lucid terminology has caused much trouble, as the functions of the astral body have often been understood as the functions of the etheric body, also termed the astral body. In some times for some teachers, and the students unable to see for himself has been hopelessly entangled in apparent contradictions. Carefully observations on the formation of these two bodies now enable us to say definitely that the etheric body is composed of the physical leaders only and cannot, if extruded, leave the physical plane or go far away from its denser counterpart, that is the physical body, further, that it is built after the mold given by the lords of karma and is not brought with him by the ego. And this ego is not the normal ego that you hear and many people say, oh, that person has a great ego. It's not that ego, but ego in this terminology of the Theosophic book is the higher mental body. So we will make it, we need to note this difference to understand. But awaits him with the physical body formed upon it. So we are going to explain it a little bit. The astral or the desired body, the emotional body, on another hand, is composed of the astral matter only and is able to range the astral plane when freed from the physical body and is the proper vehicle of the higher mental body on that emotional plane. It's profiled within by the higher mental body when it comes to reincarnate. And under these circumstances, it's better to call the first this body that works together with the physical in the physical plane, the etheric body, and the second, the astral body or the emotional body, to avoid confusion. And here we have great information that confusion only not happens in many spiritual texts that we read here, especially in the Western part, and also sometimes in the New Hindu teachings. That confusion with the etheric and the emotional level, but sometimes we find the same confusion also in some discourses. Especially I saw it in the discourses of the Bridge to Freedom sometimes, that I love too much, but I saw sometimes in some discourses they say that we travel to the Ascended Master retreats when we are asleep in our etheric body. And that cannot be true because the etheric body cannot leave the physical body alone because they are so working together. If the etheric body leave the physical body to go to a retreat, that happens a convulsion of the physical body in the same moment because there is no more prana or vital energy entering in the body. So that cannot happen. We cannot go to the retreats in this etheric body. We go to the retreats in another body. It's not in the emotional and it's also not in the mental, but it's a special body built by the ascended masters around the emotional and the mental body. And this body, this artificial body built by the ascended master, has special properties to cut off the negative side of ourselves, because the retreats, as you may know, are very sacred place, and many of us would like to learn, but we still have lots of negative conditions within us, and we cannot bring that negative part to the retreats, because wherever we are expanding energy, and we would dirt the retreats with our negative level. So we cannot go there with our normal bodies. So the Ascended Master build a special body around the emotional and mental level, so we can go to the retreat, but in that moment, because of the protection in that artificial body made by the power of precipitation of the Ascended Master, they cut off the lower vibrations temporarily of our beings to not dirt the retreats. But we are going to explain it in another moment. Otherwise, I am already too long. But in the way, we find some confusion, especially I saw it is in some texts and discourses of the Bridge to Freedom. I don't remember in the I Am activity. In the I Am activity, we have this advantage that they don't talk too much about the bodies, the race, and so we don't have that confusion there. But in the Bridge to Freedom, I have read it. I read it in few discourse and saying about that, and that is, I don't know if the Ascended Master just use it during the challenge this word because to not complicate for the students that would not didn't have this knowledge to understand the inner levels, or if it was a lack of understanding of the channeling person that was telling that message of the Ascended Mass. But there I find it is confusion too, and it's good to know that the emotional level in the emotional body, it can act alone in the emotional plane, but the etheric body cannot leave the physical plane and cannot leave our physical body alone, because otherwise we would be in great dangers of convulsions, maybe even a death, instantly death of in this level, no? And so she continues here. It is by means of the etheric body that the life force, prana, as I told you, runs along the nerves of the body and thus enables them to act as the carriers of motor force and of sensitiveness of the external impacts. The powers of thought, of movement, and of feeling are not resident in the physical or either nerve substance. So she's explaining here that the, the thought and the emotions doesn't live in our physical bodies, but are produced in those levels, in the emotional plane and the mental plane. They are activities of the higher mental body, working in his inner bodies. So the higher mental body experience the mental levels through our mental body, experience the emotional levels through our emotional body, and experience this physical plane through our physical and etheric bodies. And the expression of them on the physical plane is rendered possible by the life breath as it runs along the nerval threads and round the nerval cells. For prana is the active energy of the self, as Sri Shankaracharya has taught us, was a very important spiritual master in the past. The function of the etheric body is to serve as the physical medium for this energy, the prana and the electrical impulses from our higher levels. And hence, it is often spoken in the theosophical literature as the vehicle of prana. And also, she told here, it may be useful to note that the etheric body, is peculiarly susceptible to the volatile constituents of alcohols. And that is one of the reasons that the Ascended Masters tell us to not consume alcohol, because alcohol harms so much our etheric constitution of the physical plane. And also these two substances can harm so much our pituitary and pineal glands within our brain. And sometimes this disturbance, this harm condition is so great that we need several incarnations until we can get the pineal and pituitary glands in the right place and condition again to get the picture of our ascension, because we cannot get our ascension without the right functions of these two glands. And other substances that sometimes also make it break the right conditions of the etheric and these glands, but we are going to talk it after. And here she continues, no, when a person goes to sleep, the higher mental body sleep out. So the higher mental body, so to say, is the consciousness working during our awakened conscience through this physical body and the etheric body, because these bodies are not the conscience, but the conscience, that is the higher mental body, works through these garments in the physical plane and leaves it to slumber, and so to recuperate itself for the next day's work. The dense body and its etheric body are thus left to their own devices and to the play of the influence which they attract to themselves by their constitution and habits. Streams of thought forms from the astral world of a nature congruous with the thought forms created or harbored by the higher mental body during the awakened consciousness, during our daily activity, pass into and out of the dense and etheric brains. So we have a physical brain and etheric brain also, mingling with the automatic repetitions of vibrations set up in awakened consciousness by the higher mental body, cause the broken and chaotic dreams with which most people are familiar. And here she continues to explain exact that these broken images are instructive as showing the working of the physical body when it's left to itself. Because when it's left to itself, it cannot be coherent. It can only reproduce fragments of past vibrations without rational order or coherence, fitting them together as they are thrown up, however grotesquely incongruous they may be. It is insensible to absurdity or irrationality, that is a very difficult word for me, content with a phantasmagoria or kaleidoscope shapes and colors, without even the regularity given by the kaleidoscope mirrors. Look at in this way, the dense and etheric brains are readily recognized as instruments of thought, not as creators thereof. For we see how very erratic are their creations when they are left to themselves. And that is something that we may talk about in the future. I think today you beat so much, but when we sleep, the conscious in the awakened period of during our activity, when we are awake in this physical body, the conscience that is our higher mental body is in the physical level, working as it can through this vehicle, depend on the conditions of this vehicle and the level that we have achieved in our brain and pineal and pituitary gland, in our emotional level and mental level that works together with this physical body. But when we sleep, the etheric body stay together with the physical because it cannot leave the physical. And what have our consciousness that is that great true presence that I always make it a little strength when we are saying doing the protocol, our true self, that is the higher mental body, move to experience life in our mental vehicle or in our emotional vehicle when it is not more in the physical plane. So the etheric remains with the physical, but the conscience goes to the emotional level or the mental level, or within that special vehicle when we are near with the ascended masters produced by them. But anyway, I don't go to enter in details in this moment. But our bodies, that means our physical garments, that is physical and etheric, stay alone. But as we have our affairs, our fears, things that we are thinking during the day, things that we perceive, impressions that came from the world or from also the atmosphere, stay around these physical garments. And during night, because they don't have more this consciousness to hold everything in place, they just have that confusion, that mass of that memories, image, impressions of this physical level, and even some impulses that come from the experience of our conscious in this emotional or mental level, or in levels also above it. The brain cannot perceive it, but they just have this, all the things that are around the physical and the etheric, and some impulses that come from the conscience above, because our vehicles are connected, and there is this mass in our dreams. I am not talking about the lucid dream. This is a complex thing that we need to discuss more in another classes, and we are going to do it day week by week. And so for this reason, we have these chaotic dreams sometimes, because the body cannot hold the things current, because the conscious during sleep is not there. Of course, one day we can achieve mastery of all the levels, and that we are going to see that we can experience things and hold the conscious in all the levels of our being. But that is the need of mastery of energy, substance, and vibration, and we are going to achieve it. So for this reason, we have this thing that happens, that confusion that happens sometimes with our dreams. And so in sleep, the thinking ego or higher mental body slips out of these two bodies, physical and etheric, or rather, this one body that is the physical, which is visible and invisible part, physical and etheric, leaving them together. In death, it slips out for the last time, but with this difference that it draws out the etheric body with it, separating it from its denser counterpart, and thus rendering impossible any further play of the prana or life breath in the later or the dense part, the physical part, as an organic whole. The, the, the higher mental body draws temporarily the etheric body to itself to take the results, the seeds of the experience that we acquire in the physical level. But instantly after, he also leaves that etheric body, and she continuously leaves it to disintegrate with its life-longer pattern, because the etheric body cannot go to the astral level or the emotional level. It can only experience life together with the physical counterpart, the life on this physical plane. And that is something that interestingly here, that she says it will sometimes appear immediately after death to friends at no great distance from the corpse, the dead body, but naturally shows very little consciousness and will not speak or do anything beyond manifesting itself. For this reason, some people clairvoyant sometimes see, and near the dead body, the corpse after death, the person, the appearance of the etheric body, and thinks that is the person that came back to say something, but it's not the person that come back to say something. They just were aware of the etheric counterpart of the physical body that cannot leave the physical body alone and is there near the physical body until it is completely disintegrated. And for this reason, the best thing that we can do, the Ascended Masters always tell us, is to have cremation. Because if we cremate the physical body, we just dissolve the etheric counterpart, and these two shells, because it's not more vehicles of the higher mental bodies, just garments without use anymore, instantly, and he turned it to the universal. It is comparatively easily seen, being physical, and a slight tension of the nerves will render vision sufficient acute to discern it, this etheric part near the dead body. It's really not difficult to see it. It is also responsible for many churchyard ghosts, as it hovers over the grave in which its physical counterpart is lying, and is more readily visible than astral bodies, because the astral bodies doesn't belong to the physical plane. So just for this reason that we have studied. Thus, even in death, they are not divine. That means the physical and the etheric counterpart by more than a few feet of space. For the normal man, it's only at death that this separation takes place. But there is some kinds of mediums that can provoke this separation. Not completely, but they take part of the etheric body from the physical, and it is a great dangerous in that moment, because in the same moment there is a great disturbance in the physical. And she's explained that because if even partial part of the etheric body withdraw from the dense body, the dense body or the physical body enter in a state of lethargy, and the vital activities are almost suspended. Extreme exhaustion follows the reunite of the several parts by the medium, and in this period there is great danger that the medium can lose her embodiment or her or his experience in this physical level. So no one shall do it, and I don't go to read more of this, but here just to finish, she is explaining this importance that we understand that these two bodies work together, and we can feed it in a good way with healthy food, with healthy thoughts, with healthy feelings, so that it is physical body and etheric body can be a good instrument for our higher mental body experience life on this planet, or we can just make our physical body and our etheric body so dense that the higher mental body feel like they are imprisoned in these garments of very dense constitution. And then if with a dense body, we the higher mental body can do nothing in this physical plane. Very, very little the higher mental body can work through a person that has a very dense physical and etheric level. So she's explaining it in these two texts, and here she explains the importance that we really make our physical and etheric body a good instrument for the experience of this spiritual conscious on this physical plane. That is the goal, the mission to be incarnated, to bring that great spiritual wisdom and conscience to work and bless this physical level. And she explained here that if we start doing it, even the first steps that we do, we perceive the results, because we are going to open ourselves to more sensitive sounds, sights, to fuller, softer, riches, harmonies, to tender, very lovely hues. And so she continues to talk here as the painter, the musician, training their eyes and ears to see colors that the normal man cannot see, or to hear tones that the normal man, average man cannot hear. So we shall do also with our physical and etheric bodies to make it very responsible to find energies, so that the mighty and presence, the higher mental body, can use it to bless our lives and the world. That is what I would like to say about the etheric body today. It was a little too longer, but I wanted to do it in once, because it is important instruction that we can understand it. Because if you have the knowledge of it, we see what we can do to help our evolution and to be more aware, to have more wisdom on this physical plane. That is the game, where the game is going on, and where we need to achieve the mastery of the dance, vibrations, substance, and condition in this level, to be the presence, God in action in this physical level. So we are going to stop here with a long, long service, but I hope you enjoy it. And to finish it, just give thanks to your I am presence, and say to your I am presence, beloved I am present, I go to take care of my physical body together with my etheric body, so you can have a beautiful instrument to throw, to flow your blessings in this world. I promise you, I want it, and please, mighty and present, give all of us understanding of this matter, and also the desire to do all the efforts necessary to be a real instrument of our spiritual conscious on this physical plane. So with this, purpose and this trust in our I am presence, saying to this presence all our love and gratitude. Let's do it together, the close and blessing. Beloved in mighty I am presence, here, there, and everywhere, we love, bless, and thank you forever, forever and beyond. For I am in you and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And dear hearts, so next week we are going to have our vlog 21st or 21, and we are going to dedicate it to the karmic board. And as today I may insert something about the emotional body, that we are going to raise one body above, depends on the time, but I go to do it in the end. So for those who would like just to do the serve, they can do the serve first. And for those that would like to see also the theoretic part can stay until the end. So I go to continue to insert also this knowledge, because this knowledge is so important for all of us to understand what we are. And with this understanding, we can use this knowledge to bless ourselves and also to bless others on this planet. But next week, 14th or June 14th, we are going to dedicate ourselves to the karmic board, because in 14th, in 15th, we started the new season of the karmic board on the Royal Teton Retreat, and we are going to open it together. I go to prepare a beautiful service with the presence of the karmic lords to start this 1 month, that we can go to the Royal Teton and have great understanding their blessings and also treatments during this time, and also we can work on our karmic level. So I go to prepare the service, and I hope to meet you here in our sacred day, sacred time. And I just wish you a lovely weekend and a blessed week. Enjoy it and just hold your harmony, your peace, and be a source of harmony for your holy world. And so it's done. I love you and I bless you with all my heart. Thank you.